For more, I'm joined from our Sydney studio by Liberal MP David Coleman, who represents an electorate in that city's western suburbs. David Coleman, welcome to Capitol Hill.
Hi, Lyndall. Has
the Prime Minister done this just because he wants support for the anti-terrorism laws, or is this really something he should have done all along?
Oh, look, I think the anti-terror laws and the need for strong community support is a very important part of the equation here. What's happened here is that the consultation process has worked effectively. We put it out there, we asked for the community to put forth their views, and there was obviously a significant number of people that said that they'd like to not see this proposal proceed.
Were you one of those people who quietly behind the scenes was saying we shouldn't go ahead, the government shouldn't go ahead with this?
Yeah, look, I said both privately and publicly that I wasn't supportive of the proposed changes. I have the largest community of Chinese Australians in the nation in my electorate, and many community leaders expressed concerns to me about the potential changes, and I felt it was an important issue, and so I did express some concerns.
Andrew Bolt, the journalist and commentator who had supported dumping Section 18C, has said that the comments by the Attorney-General George Brandis in the Senate that everybody has a right to be bigoted did the case enormous damage. Do you think that is the case?
No, I don't. I think that it was simply a matter of people looked at the exposure draft. As the Prime Minister said yesterday, the previous law has existed for 20 years, and so people stacked up the exposure draft against the existing law, and a significant number of people said that they'd like things to stay how they are. Again, that's why you have a consultation process, and I think the Prime Minister deserves a lot of credit for conducting a process like this and for getting to what I believe is the right result.
Do you think there's any way that the government could have rescued this change, could have better made the case, or was this something that was always going to provoke the sort of opposition that it did?
Oh, look, I think it's obviously an emotive issue in the community, and particularly, Lyndall, obviously for people that have experienced racial discrimination in their lives, are obviously, there's a very heightened level of concern about issues such as this. And as someone with a community with a significant number of people who have experienced discrimination, I wanted to represent their views. But no, look, I think it's a difficult policy area because it touches on a lot of emotions and a lot of very personal experiences that people have.
What are you hearing from your community? Has the proposal to dump Section 18C done damage to the government? Does the government have ground to make up with communities such as yours?
Look, the response I've had overnight and this morning is people are pleased that the Prime Minister's made the call not to proceed, but also supportive of the fact that we did conduct that sensible consultation. So there's people are happy that it's not going ahead, and they're pleased that there was a proper process around this, and we didn't rush off to legislate prior to consulting with the community.
What would you say to those who believe that Section 18C, believe that it damages free speech, to those who are libertarian and think that those sorts of constraints shouldn't be opposed? How would you ease their concerns now that Section 18C will stay?
Yeah, Linda, look, I think as a society we should err on the side of people who have concerns about racial discrimination. It's an awful aspect of our society, and as a community we need to do everything we can to stamp it out. So look, this is a complicated policy area, and free speech is obviously a critical principle, but at the end of the day, I come down as the Prime Minister has in terms of being sensitive to those concerns about discrimination from people who unfortunately have confronted it in their lives.
David Coleman, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for your time.